So عملنا question number 1 قلنا إجابة A، ده الإجابة الوحيدة اللي ليها علاقة بالtopic and focus of the paragraph. Question number 2, thrust, right here where the range was thrust up high into the heavens, right? So that vocabulary word, right? So احنا لازم نعرف هو ايه هو الconversation، ايه هو الcontext. احنا بنتكلم عن جبل، صح؟ The Nevada range، بنيجي نتكلم عن Nevada range or range بنتكلم عن جبل. So بيقول لك الجبل ده was thrust up in the sky. طيب can you throw mountains in the sky? No. Can you swell يعني حاجة ورمة؟ No. Can you raise them؟ أيوه raise يعني يرفع. You can't climb them برضو عشان احنا ما بنتكلمش عن climbing، بنتكلم عن ايه يا شباب؟ بنتكلم عن الماونتنز جاي من الأرض على فوق على السماء. Which of the following must be true of the Sierra Nevada range؟ ده سؤال evidence بقى، هكتب evidence هنا من 3 until 5, right? 9 until 15, 15 until 19, 20 until 24, right? So which is true of the Sierra Nevada range? So أول حاجة أعتقد ده ورق مين ياسين، right? ياسين قال لي إجابة B وإجابة A، صح؟ يلا نشوف إجابة A الأول. 3 until 5, 1, 2, 3. Planed down this range to a surface of comparatively gentle topography, right? Well, slow down here. So here, right? Again, the geologist affirms that after the Sierra Nevada range was thrust up high into the heavens, vast and long continued erosion planed down this range to a surface of comparatively gentle topography. ليه احنا قلنا إجابة A وإجابة B يا مستر ياسين؟ You know لازم نفكر ليه بنقول إجابات، right؟ أما نيجي نلاقي إجابة، أما نيجي نشوف إجابتين جنب بعض، إحنا لازم نفكر مع بعض، you know ليه قلنا الإجابة ديت؟ right؟ من غير كده، من غير نقعد نفكر ليه قلنا الإجابة، إحنا مش هنصلح العيوب عندنا. So right? So when you're choosing an answer, make sure you choose an answer that's correct. And if it's incorrect, عايزين نقول نفسنا well ليه أنا قلت كذا؟ ليه أنا قلت A؟ ليه أنا قلت B؟ ليه أنا قلت C؟ ليه أنا قلت D؟ ليه قلت الإجابات ديت؟ Just one second. I'm loading my page here. Right? So this is tricky. You know, I see a lot of people got these. Okay, no, I see that's correct. أنا بسجل دلوقتي برضو Mrs. Jumana. All right, I see a lot of people got this incorrect. إني بس أشوف درجات بتاعتكم كلكم. Yes, sir, Mr. Yusuf. I see برضو. What I mean, the Yusuf, you got this correct. That's good. Got the evidence correct. وده طبعا هيعطلنا يا جماعه السكور بتاعتنا. Like Jumana, you told me برضو answer C and B, right? We have to say, well, why are we saying these incorrect answers? So here, question number, hello. Okay, so now دلوقتي Mr. Yasin Ali, well, erosion smooths the rough surface, right? مهم قوي يا جماعة, when we choose an answer, it needs to be 100% correct, right? How do we know it has become smooth now, right? How do we know it's become smooth؟ أنا قلت لكم مرة واثنين وثلاثة وأربعة لازم الأفرنس كلها. لو أنا قلت مثلا إجابة B وقلت الأفرنس بتاعتها A, the full answer لازم يبقى موجودة في الأفرنس. Right? The full answer لازم تبقى موجودة في الأفرنس. Right? So ما ينفعش نقول إجابة B. Right? ما ينفعش نقول إجابة B عشان here 16. 17, 18. It changed the structure. It became from symmetrical to monoclinal. I mean, we don't know if it's become smooth. عشان smooth يعني even. We don't know this. I told you, well, it's become gentle topography. Well, gentle topography معناها it's become less rough, but not fully smooth. من الاتنين مش زي بعض. وجمانة قالت لي جابت C, right? It became more symmetrical. ازاي احنا قلنا became more symmetrical؟ او عشان لو قرانا evidence لحد line 24 عشان evidence جاي لحد هنا, right? It became from symmetrical to monoclinal. So لو احنا رايحين من حاجة symmetrical to حاجة تانية, احنا خلاص عارفين it's not symmetrical anymore. وصلت ولا لا؟ If we're going from something that's symmetrical to something else, احنا ممكن نقول it's no longer symmetrical. It's no longer symmetrical, right? I know, Mrs. Malak. Answer D, it rose sometime during the tertiary period. لا, أعتقد حصل during the Cretaceous period, right? So here, answer A, at a high ridge along the center before it was eroded, right? So before erosion, كان عنده high ridge. Well, what's the evidence بقى 9 until 15? Right here. Number 9 until 15. 9 بيبدأ منين بقى? There. Here. There's reason to believe that the plain down mountain range had a symmetrical structure, for somewhat to the east of the present divide is a well-marked old crest line extending from the Grizzly Peak Mountains on the north in the Plumas County, at least as far south as the Pyramid Peak in the county. What does this evidence tell us? It tells us that the Sierra Nevada range had a ridge along before it was eroded. So before erosion, كان في ridge. After erosion, the ridge disappeared. So we can say that there was a ridge along the line. Well, ridge ده old crest line, right? Again, before erosion, this plain down mountain range. Before erosion, كان فيها ridge. After erosion, the ridge disappeared. But here, the answer is answer A. Well, evidence بتاعتها, I think it was answer B, right? Or answer, yeah, answer B, right? So it's really important, يا شباب, right? عشان answer B بيقول لي that the range had a symmetrical structure and a well-marked old crest line, right? Which implies كان عنده ridge في الcenter. So it's really important when I'm working through, and ما امشيش على keywords. لقيتها في الافريج فلاقيها هنا في الإجابة. Stop doing that. أنا حاسس عملته كده, right? وبرضه لما يجي تعمل مع evidence, we need to deal with evidence من ناحية إيه؟ الإجابة كلها لازم تبقى موجودة في evidence. So number 3 نقول A, number 4 نقول B. في any questions here for number 3 and number 4? Okay. Number 5 and number 6. دولت أسئلة كل حد بيكرههم, right? Let me see محمد برضه. أنت جبت كام يا محمد؟ 55%. طبعا أنت قلتوا الباسج ده سهل ولا إيه؟ دايما الناس بيقولوا سهل. بعد كده بيخزوقوا. أنا قلت لكم هخزوقكم في الريدنج. محدش صدقني. Time makes it hard. عشان كده بقول لكم برضه لازم نلتزم. محمد, you got these correct. Number 5 and number 6. That, no more skipping, right? Whose paper is this? جمانة, انت جبتي كل الافرنس غلط. انت بدأتي بالافرنس جمانة ولا بدأتي بايه بقى؟ شوفي الريبورت عندكم يا شباب. How did you do in the evidence questions? Right? عملت ايه يا احمد في الافرنس؟ 30 until 32. 38 until 44. نص نص, okay. 73 until 78. 79 until 81. Okay, so usually في ال EST exam لو بيجيبوا exception questions, right? لا تعيدي الباسج تاني مش هيعمل لك حاجه يا مس جمانه. I mean عشان ده بقى انت عايزه تعملي ايه؟ You're trying to feed your ego. عيدي الباسج كل حاجه تاني، بس دلوقتي we're reviewing the test. لما تيجي تريفيو التست خلاص انت عارفه الاجابات. You're trying to feed your ego. انت متعوده على درجات كويسه. So لما يجي لك درجه وحشه لا ما ينفعش، فلازم اعيدها تاني. انت خلاص عارفه right? Yeah, I understand. انت خلاص عارفه الاجابات right? The hardest questions was the ones without evidence. Well, يلا نشوف right? So here, usually exception questions بيبقى عكس ال evidence right? So the evidence يقول عكس ال exception نفسهم. So for example, جمانة هنا قالت لي here, answer B. There's more than one crest line along the Nevada basin. قلت لي ال evidence من 30 to 32 right? So لازم ال evidence يقول لي عكسها. A large part of the crust block to the west of this dislocation also sank down. I mean they don't match right? عشان ليه واحنا ما بنتكلمش على crest line في evidence ده في شروط لازم امشي عليها. So لو انا قلت اجابه B بتكلم عن crest line لازم evidence برضه يكلمني عن نفس crest line right? So I don't think this would work right? So ما ينفعش نقول اجابه B. واجابه A, Lake Tahoe is formed from a depression in the land. بس اعتقد قالها لي من 13 until 15. موجوده في الباسج. موجوده في الباسج is made from a depression where it's sunk حاجه زي كده right? هوريكم فين. Can't remember where it was. I know it was mentioned somewhere right? That the sunken area is now called Lake Tahoe. اعتقد جاي في الاخر right? So this came here in the passage right? And then we go to answer C. Mount Pluto is created from lava. Well, is that true? في evidence بيسبورت الانسر بتاعتي عشان حتى لو انا صح مش موجوده في الباسج. Do we have evidence for the answer؟ ده برضه حاجه لازم تمشوا عليها وتطبقوها right? If you go here 38 until 44 73 until 78 ما اعتقدش برضه الايفيدنس هنا بيقول لي Mount Pluto right? بيقول لي it's a product of the lava or a product of the volcano. I wrote my notes here. So here, this is answer A. شايفين answer A, Lake Tahoe was made from a depression. Lake Tahoe was made from a sunken area, right? It's right there. ده موجودة هنا, give it A. And then Mount Pluto. Yeah, I know it's there, Yusuf. I just don't remember where I put it. There you go. Mount Pluto was formed of volcano outpourings. So برضه ده مش مينفعش, right? Lake Tahoe is filled with water source or with water from a single source. إجابتي هنا إجابة D, right? Why do we say this? كان موجودة right here. Tahoe Basin was ready for the reception of water. This came from snow and rainfall, right? On its large and mountainous drainage area. So ما جاش بس من one source الwater بتاع Mount Tahoe or water بتاع Lake Tahoe, excuse me. ما جاش في مكان واحد, جاي من كذا sources. So here we're going to say answer D وعكسها يبقى answer C. وعكسها يبقى answer C, right? Do you guys have any questions here? Let's go to the next one, line 27. Number 5, okay. Number 6, احنا قلنا answer C. Number 7, as used in line 27, emphasized most nearly means. Again, listen to the context, right? Along with the eastern margin, a system of fractures was thus outlined, which toward the close of the tertiary was still to be further emphasized, right? احنا بنتكلم عن ايه؟ What is the context of discussion? عشان الطلبة جابوها غلط وانا زعلان من الموضوع ده. What are we talking about? What's the context? Fractures. صح؟ fractures دولت cracks. طيب ازاي نقول highlight? You can't highlight a crack, right? You can't highlight a crack. Emphasize means to become bigger. So برضو spread يعني يتوزع يوسع. لا برضو. They are deepening. When you emphasize a fracture, كده الفracture is going deeper and deeper. Again, we got these wrong ودولت easy points المفروض جبناهم صح. Number 8. The information lines 83 until, what was that? Oh, I didn't know that. The information written in lines 83 until 84 most likely is 2, right? So let's see here. 283. A grain, right? Right there. Why are we writing this information? El purpose that information. That whose paper is this in front of me? I'm saying Yusuf's paper دلوقتي, right? It should be not forgotten, however, that while Mount Pluto was being formed, other vast volcanic outpourings were taking place. Well back to the west of the Tahoe region, great volcanoes poured out rhyolite, a massive rock of light gray to pink color and of fine grain, which shows small crystals of quartz and sand mine in a streaky and glossy ground mass on the summits of yada, 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 yada. Okay, so question number 8. Why did we write the information? ايه لازمة الانفورميشن ده؟ So أنا عارف دلوقتي بيكلمني عن الجرين والفولكانو بيطلع ايه, right? So ما ينفعش إجابة ايه, right? اللي قال لي إجابة ايه ما فيش contradiction, ما فيش discrepancy, ما فيش information مش مظبوطة في البتاع. لو بصينا على إجابة B, indicate an origin بس ما بيقوليش a single source, right? هو بيكلمني عن the quality of a rock, بيوصف لي شكل الروك, ده هدفه. هدفه مش بيقول لي جاي منين, هدفه يقول لي شكله عامل ازاي. So I don't like this either, right? إجابة C, right? Well, I like delineate a substance. يعني إيه delineate a substance? Describe a substance. And what is being described here? Rhyolite. Correct? Where is it? Rhyolite. We're describing the color. We're describing the size of it. We're describing شبه الفine grain. So answer C of the الإجابة is delineating a substance or describing to you a substance ده شكله عامل ازاي ولونه عامل ازاي وكل حاجة جميلة ديت. Question number 9. The formation of Lake Tahoe is noteworthy because, well, يعني إيه noteworthy? It's significant. You know, why is it important for the formation of Lake Tahoe, right? Is one of the most extensive bodies of water along the Sierra Nevada range. Well, again, it's not an extensive body of water. عشان Lake Tahoe حصل ازاي؟ كان في جبل وزق على الأرض وعمل depression في الأرض. So that's not why we're talking about it, right? ده عكس الباسج بيقول أيوة هي مش بيقول it's an extensive body of water. An extensive body of water يبقى حاجة زي البحر. You know, البحر الأحمر, for example, right? So that wouldn't really work well. إجابة B, it was not accompanied by natural phenomena. ده مستحيل عشان ده جاي أساساً عن طريق الجبل. Right? This contradicts the passage as well. النتيجة بتاع Lake Tahoe جاي من volcanic eruptions. إجابة C was analogous to the development of the Great Basin. أعتقد ده جاي من lines. Let me just show you, right? Answer C is the best answer. And why do I say this? Because the passage بيقول لي that Lake Tahoe was formed from a large area that was lifted up and broken, okay? Which is similar to the Great Basin. So بيقارن the Great Basin مع Lake Tahoe. I really wish I could remember. Can't remember what line numbers. مكتوب عن 11 till 15 بس مش من 11 till 15. I don't think so. I think it's like in the 30s. Yeah, there you go. So this great disturbance, he thinks, was of the twofold major character all over here لحد هنا. That's why this is the only true statement. مفيش أي statement تاني that's true. Was reputed to offer riches under the lake bed. Again, ده مش موجودة في الباسج. يعني when you guys choose the answer مش هنلاقي إجابة عشان شكلها حلوة. لازم يبقى موجودة في الباسج. مش موجودة في الباسج مش عايز أشوفها أساسا. Right? Question number 10. It can be inferred from the passage that the author, well, a lot of people hate these types of questions. Let me see this data god right here. Okay. A lot of people got this, you got this wrong. Yeah, I'm Yassine. Exhibit D assumes the reader to understand historical events. يعني إيه؟ هل هنا بنتكلم عن historical events؟ ده السؤال. هل هنا بنتكلم عن historical events? Yes or no? Time is historical events, the geology, the anthropology, the حاجات كتير ده مش historical events. Historical events هنا event تاريخية. فهبتها. Yeah, I understand, right? So no, this is not it. He doesn't assume this of the reader. Assumes the reader to understand the process of fossilization. بس برضه ما اتكلمناش عن fossils. Assumes the reader to grasp the rudimentary principles of rock formation. أعتقد محمد قال لي الاثنين دول زي بعض. ايوه الاثنين زي بعض. ماشي يا عم. +1. لو قلت B or C الاثنين دول زي بعض. ماشي يا عم. الإجابة B or C. Yeah, he expects you to understand rudimentary principles of rock formation. عشان هو بيوصف لك events بيحصل مع الجبل والروck وتقسم ومن غير يقول لك أي background information. So automatically الريدر ده أو الرايتر ده بيassume أنت عندك فكرة خلاص على rock formation. Finally, question number 11. What does the author use to lend to the credibility of the claims, right? هو مش primary source. لا. عشان primary source معناها بتستخدم original documents, right? Primary source معناها تستخدم original documents واحنا ما بنستخدمش original documents هنا, right? أصل الورق وأصل الريسيرش وأصل كل حاجة ده مش موجودة. إجابة B is the correct answer. Secondary sources. طيب انت عرفتي منين هو primary source؟ ما تقوليش عرفنا منين مش موجودة. احنا مش عارفين. انت عرفتي منين؟ You cannot prove a negative. ده حاجة لازم تفهموها. حاجة مش موجودة you can't prove it. So how do you know it's a primary source? How do you know original documents were used? ده السؤال. مش عرفنا منين وهو انت تعرفيش. So that can't be the answer. طالما انت قلت لي ما تعرفيش that can't be the answer. So a primary source comes from the original documents. لازم في indication والindication ده مش موجودة. Right? لازم نعرف مثلا الشخص ده هو original witness وده طبعا مش موجودة. It's done through secondary source. حد يعرف يعني ايه؟ Indication زي ايه؟ هيقول لك in the original documents, in the original research, in the first research, in the first مش عارف ايه. Right? لازم في indication. إجابة B, secondary sources. يعني إيه secondary source؟ حد بيجي بيشرح لك إيه اللي حصل. زي ما حصل هنا مع ليندنبرج. Right? اسمه إيه ده؟ Lindgren. He's a secondary source. How do we know this? هو بقى شخص شاف الريسيرش وبيفهمنا الريسيرش ده معناه إيه. أو شاف الريسيرش وبيقول رأيه إيه على الريسيرش ده. احنا ما نعرفش ليندنبرج ده عامل الاوريجينال ريسيرش ولا لا بس احنا عارفين هو بيدي comments على الريسيرش نفسها. He affirms, he supports, he thinks. So all this indicates to us Lindenberg is a secondary source. Secondary source معناها في شخص بيجي بيشوف الريسيرش بيديك feedback على الريسيرش. That's a secondary source, right? يقول لك you supported claims, يقول لك مش عارف ايه, يقول لك اذا كان ده حصل وما حصلش. Personal account ده مستحيل. Personal account. Personal account يجي من I, right? And official literature. Again, is there indication of official literature? يعني ايه official literature? Authoritative or formal publications. مثلا in the Journal of Geology, right? In the Journal of مش عارف ايه. Our laws, قوانين, our regulations, our reports. Official literature with primary source دولت قريبين جدا من بعض. بس primary source الأول. So official literature في official literature قال لنا مثلا in the book كذا، وأنا بقول لك دلوقتي يعني إيه official literature؟ وأنا قلت you know it's official or formal publications, official journals, in the book كذا, in the report كذا, in the journal of geology. So هو بيديكي citation لكتاب معين بيتخصص في الايفنت ده. That's official literature, right? So no, again, we don't have official literature here. مفيش أي indication. بس احنا عارفين بيتكلم عن scientist Lindenberg أو researcher Lindgren، وليندجرين ده بيدي رأيه في الموضوع. Okay, beautiful people. Not bad. Let me stop recording. So بعد ما تخلصوا